Welcome back, everyone. Can you believe that it's been 6 months since this pandemic first hit the United States? Do you remember back in February when the anxiety and the stress was rampant? People were so unsure and uncertain about what was happening and how this pandemic was going to impact us. There was a lot of unknowns. And even though the rate of cases was fairly low at that time, people were freaking out because we didn't know. We didn't know what was happening and what the solutions were going to be. Now, 6 months in, and in fact, in the last 3 months, the cases have skyrocketed. The number of cases has exploded. Yet, people's anxiety has not been as bad as it was in the beginning. People's stress level has not been as bad as it was in the beginning. Why is that? You know, people are going out and doing different things and they're not as stressed. And I believe it's because we have more knowledge. We have more understanding about the virus. Now, we don't know a lot, still we don't know a lot. But we have a lot more information that we didn't have before. You see, when we're under stress or when there's danger or some sort of crisis involved, it affects first and foremost our old brain, our primitive brain, the amygdala, the limbic system, those parts of the brain that react to danger. You know, the fight or flight response? Well, that's what happens initially. But our new brain, our frontal lobes, kick in when we begin to gather information and knowledge and understanding. That's the part of the brain that reasons and has judgment and makes decisions based on information. There has been a lot of research on this whole concept of when you have knowledge, your anxiety and your stress level go down. Well, that actually holds true for me in my practice. When people come in, they want understanding and knowledge of some of the symptoms they're experiencing. They want to know, what kind of anxiety do you think I have? Or what kind of depression is it? And how does it manifest itself? How does it play out? What kind of personality disorder do you think I have? People benefit from knowledge and understanding. If you know it, then you can deal with it better. Knowledge is power. So I am asking you to think about this whole concept of knowledge and as it relates, as it ties into stress and anxiety of yours. So there's 5 things I want to cover with you today. The first is know your triggers. You need to know what triggers your anxiety and your stress level. The people that might trigger it, the places, the things, but know what your triggers are because that's very helpful in managing it. The second thing is know how your body responds or reacts to stress. Is it in your gut? Is it in your neck and shoulders? Do you get headaches? How does your body deal with stress? And you need to know that because if you start feeling those things, then you can take action. So knowing how our body responds is very helpful when we're trying to manage our stress and anxiety. A lot of people don't pay attention to their bodies until it's too late or until the level of either stress or anxiety is really high. I try to help people figure out what it is that their body does when they're exposed to stress. So know your body, know your triggers, and know what works. Number 3 is know what works for you. So for me, exercise works. I've said that before. But for others, it might be meditation. It might be yoga. It might be prayer. It might be reading books or doing self-help. It might be talking to friends or family, but know what works for you in dealing with your stress. And number 4 is to know that avoidance does not work. Avoiding stress, avoiding anxiety, putting it in a box, putting it up on a shelf somewhere and compartmentalizing doesn't work. It will not go away on its own. Recognize that avoidance does not work. And lastly, know what your thoughts are. Again, I've said this a bunch of times before. Our thoughts are powerful. So know what the thoughts are that contribute to the stress and the anxiety. A lot of us catastrophize, over-personalize, magnify a situation. Our thoughts can often get us in trouble. So know what your thoughts are and try to capture them and reframe them so that they don't consume you. We want our thoughts to be rational, logical. We want our thoughts to be constructive and positive. But we need to know what they are and how they contribute to our stress and our anxiety. So knowledge helps. It helps in a big way. So keep your frontal lobes of your brain fully engaged. In other words, know what you know and make sure the information is factual, not fake facts, but is factual. Get the information from good sources, but knowledge can help us in dealing with anxiety, in dealing with stress. Take action, gain the knowledge, and deal with stress better. Until next time, Dr. Tony Ferretti.